My question is how often, or is it a good idea to explain to someone why you made a choice? Like, I put a modulation there to heighten the energy there, and that musically, I think it will have this kind of effect on the audience listening to it, even if they didn't feel like it had an effect.
I think that when people are doing that, they're probably hoping that it's going to sell an idea. From my experience, the idea would sell itself if it was working. So it would have the effect intuitively, like at a gut reaction level, as opposed to, oh, now that I understand it, I get what he's doing. I don't talk to clients about like, oh, did you like that instrument? Because I actually sampled that a couple years back in this setting. Because honestly, they don't care. I care. It makes me happy and fulfilled as an artist. But they're always looking to it as like how it relates to their picture. And when I'm composing music, I try to think about my audience in terms of this is the first and only time they'll ever hear this thing, even if it's not true. I try to make things land in first reaction ways so that like if it's the only time you ever heard it, hopefully it resonates with you, you get the right idea, and it doesn't require repeated listens for you to understand what's happening narratively. And that's how a client would see it too. I will sometimes tell clients, rarely, but sometimes if I feel like it's a very adventurous idea, I'll tell people, give this a day or two, sit with this for a day and tell me what you think. Because sometimes if people react too quickly to stuff, they don't have enough time to let it sit in. And sometimes people actually turn around and are like, actually, I didn't think I liked this, but after a day, I changed my mind. This is cool. Because oftentimes people are working with temp music, temporary music that they're using to kind of be a placeholder. And when they do that, if the client is not acclimated to new music, their gut reaction could be different bad. They hear something that's not the temp and they're like, I don't like it. So that's partially a good discipline for the client, and hopefully the people you work with know enough about their craft to understand that. But I will tell people sometimes, hey, I know this is different than the temp. You might want a day or two to just sit and think about it. And also, the last thing I'll say too is the more of an opportunity you give people to say no, the less they'll say no. Because I've been in so many times where I really want them to like this idea, and I'll say something like, let me know if you have any minor tweaks, otherwise I'll get a final mix for you. And I'm pinning them and being like, we're good to go. And usually people recoil against that. Whereas if I say, give me your honest and open opinion about this, I'm happy to change anything if you need to, more often than not, they'll be like, I like it. Sounds good. Let's move on. So it's this weird like reverse psychology thing, but it is effective.